Okay, in this lesson, let's talk about how to navigation and move objects in Stager. I import this material. You can click and drag or double click from the library. It's very simple. With a right click, you can rotate based on center of this model. If you insert model from there, for example, or there, as you can see, it just rotates based on center of the software. With a scrolling mouse, you can scroll the mouse on center of the software. With a holding your middle mouse button, you can pan. And for example, bring it there. You can pan, and now as you can see, it rotates center of the scene. For example, if you have object here, as you can see, it rotates center of the scene. You have to bring your model at the center of the scene and rotate based on that. Nice. And as you can see, we have a gizmos here that you can move the object. So the rotation of the object is very easy. In the main tools here, if you're holding your mouse, and as you can see, we have a lots of settings that I will be explaining them one by one. Don't worry, but it's very easy. We have a different number of the tools. Select tools contain all of these tools together. For example, if you select this object from here, with the middle mouse button, we can rotate. As you can see, we have the move tool in the x-axis. We have a move tool at the y-axis, and in the z-axis. And this is a pivot point. If you select object in the properties, I will be explaining them more. You can change it animation. And here you can see, if you want to see the animation, it tells you how to use that. I will explain it more. Next, this is a guide. Done. This is an object that you can change the object properties. Okay. And this is a transform. We want to explain the transform for this lesson. As you can see, this is a pivot point. The pivot point is at the bottom of the object. So if you move, it's move at the bottom. And as you can see, if you bring it down, it's automatically a snap to the ground because of auto snap here. Because of snapping, you can automatically snap to the ground. And the pivot point is important. You can make it the bottom, you can make it the center, you can make it at the top. It's very important because, or bottom. This is a move tool. As you can see, the position X, Y, and Z, you can change the move tool. Or if you want to move at the two axes at the same time, you can click and drag on these boxes here in the specific plane. For example, if you select it, you are moving at the X and the Z axis at once, like this. And this is a rotation. Here you can click and drag, and as you can see, you can click and drag, rotate here, or then choose a number there. Or you can, for example, for move, you just one click, I think, and rotate. I think it's a bug, but if you click on it, you can type any number of the movement or type any number exactly here. And then, or you can with click and drag, you can rotate it. And another handle is a scale. Bring it 0. According to the pivot point, you can scale it in, as you can see, both axes. Why is that? Because in a scale, this link means it's constrained all of these axes together. But if you unlink that, if with this handle, you can if you active link, it's scale or rotate proportionally. But if you deactivate it, as you can see, you can scale it in any direction that you want. And if you want to make it back to the original, type exact these numbers there, and we bring to order. And this is an exact, this is a scale with a number between 0 and 1, and this is an exact dimensions of that object in centimeter. For example, tall height of that object is this number here in the y. So according to the pivot, for example, if you make it at the top, you can rotate that object according that pivot point there. Then you can make it a 0 in the properties. So don't forget, we have object, object properties, dimensions, or transform. You want to make with transform. But if you just want to select with a move tool, you can activate just move tool, as you can see, or rotate tool, just rotate tool, or just scale tool, or you can mark select. I explained it with mark select. It's very simple. With a click and drag, here you can select any object that you want. Simple. Okay. With click and drag, if you are in a select tool, you can select it. Another interesting feature in this tool is this pivot point. If you click and drag on the pivot point, as you can see, it's automatically snap at the surface of the object. Again, the pivot point is its bottom, and then you can snap it at the surface of that object. Very easy. But if you make a pivot point at the center, it's snap at the center of that. Look it. As you can see, this snap at the center of that. We bring it back to the bottom, and then. So this is a nice feature of the stager. Because of these snaps. I will be explaining more. So this is a simple navigation and move in stager. So again, if you're holding your mouse, as you can see, we have a select tool that it contains all of the tools in one tool. The selection here, you can add to selection, you can holding shift, it tells you, it's very simple with the click and drag. Holding shift, as you can see, you can simply holding I think, yeah, holding shift, you can add to selection, select all of them, and holding shift again to delete from selection. It's very easy. Or you can select add to selection and add to selection, or you can delete from selection. It's very easy. So select these tools and select tools, all of tools all at once. You can use it at once. And transform space is based on an object. For example, here you can see it's based on an object. Sorry, holding shift and right click, you can change the light. But as you can see, if I rotate it, the pivot point is based on an object. If you're holding mouse, it's based on an object. But if you change it the word, it does not rotate the this axis. Just rotate the object, and then it just maintain parallel to the word transform. But if you select it to object, it's rotating according to the object. It's very important. In some cases, it's very useful. And here you can activate the group selection if you want click and drag, or partial marquee select, you can activate it. I will be explaining more, don't worry. Okay, go to the next lesson. Hello my friends, to continue these tutorials on YouTube, subscribe us, like us, and hit the bell icon. And now you will be alerted about all of the amazing videos that we release.